Hello everyone and welcome back to the Outerhaven YouTube channel. It is I, Getsilius, and here I am back at another review for you guys. And this time I'm reviewing Metal Slug Tactics. You'll be asking yourself, Metal Slug Tactics? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Metal Slug at RPG? Hear me out. It sounds quirky, but it actually works. And I want to give a shout out to DOTEMU for providing us review access for this great game. This game is fantastic. For someone like myself who's a huge Metal Slug fan, who is praying for the day SNK release Metal Slug 4 and 5 and OG 6 on Steam so I can buy it, that would be great. And 3 too. Actually, 3 to 5 would be fine. I mean, I'm not particularly a fan of 3 as much, but because X is peak, but yeah, but let's not talk about what Metal Slug is. We all know it's 4 because Trevor's in it, jokingly. Ha ha ha. But anyway, this is a tactics roguelike game that is set within the Metal Slug universe, and it's just amazing at everything it does. And before we get into the review, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified next time I go live, and follow me on Twitter at Getsilius, and on Blue Sky, Getsilius. You'll be able to find me there as well. So yeah, let's talk about what I love about this RPG. And the one thing I deeply love about this RPG, hands down, is the graphics and the aesthetics. Graphically and aesthetically, this is a gorgeous pixel art game with amazing artwork that looks not out of place with the cartoony and over-the-top violence from the Metal Slug franchise I love so much. I don't even get to audio and sound effects, I'll talk about music, but it looks exactly like a Metal Slug game, how it should be. The pixel art is perfect, the animations are great, the enemies, how they die is fantastic, the sound effects when you shoot somebody, the maps look gorgeous, the sound effect, oh sorry, that's not a sound, but the effects of when maps expand looks cool, the Metal Slug machines look like the Metal Slug machines, the super vehicles, I mean, holy, it's so good. And even like the art they use to signify you doing a sync attack is just godlike. I can't front this enough. Graphically and aesthetically, this is a 5 across the board. Perfectly well done, beautiful. Chef's kiss to the art team who managed to get this done. All of you are the greatest. All of you, all of you. I'm serious. The dev, Link Here Studios, chef's kiss to you guys. You did a great job. .emu, I love you guys. The Glenrock Drive publisher did great. This is like, holy, I am impressed by everyone all over. All of you, round of applause. Artistically, you nailed it. Another thing you guys nailed, as I was almost alluding into, is the audio and sound effects. This game has, I'm gonna have to use this term. I call it okay, I'm losing my first thought here. T. Lopez has been hitting it up with a lot of these, I would say remake games, and a lot of games that have a lot of, I would say remake games and a couple of pixel art games. I've gone to a point that when I hear something that sounds like it, is this a T. Lopez banger? And I would look up and confirm, alright, this is a T. Lopez game banger. 5 stars in there. But all joke aside, the music of the game is great. It has the sound effects from Metal Slug. The death sound effects are great. The for both good guys and the bad guys. The sound effects of when the Metal Slug shoots and the vehicles do attacks are great. The sound effects of guns blast. It's like, it sounds great. Rolling out. Mission complete. Like, chef's kiss. All of that. It sounds exactly what I want in Metal Slug game. With some new bops. Musically, this is up par. I would unironically buy this OST twice if I could. If I could, I would do it. I would unironically do it. It's that good. Musically, it's on par. The sound effects are amazing. The only thing, as I may have heard, it's maybe some issued sound cue here and there, but that could just be my mic is off, or maybe it was a Steam Deck. And I'll talk more about how this game plays sooner. But overall, you can tell from my enthusiasm, the sound, this audio and sound effects and music, all 5 stars. It's like exactly. The presentation is on point. Everyone knew the assignment and did well. Now let's talk about the meat and potatoes of this game. First of all, the gameplay. Now this is a tactic roguelike game. So there are mechanics such as, a little bit you may see from other like tactics roguelike RPGs, such as a cover system for like XCOM. you'll see a couple of the sync attack systems that you probably see on the screen right now, which are similar to, I would say, Disgaea. This game, in my opinion, rewards a very unique style of aggression, planned aggression, and you have to plan your move outs perfectly. Luckily, you can undo your moves, and you could reset your turn to lower difficulties, so that's great. I would say the first couple of deaths in the game is you unlocking mechanics, such as the revive mechanic. You can unlock, I believe, playing earlier, you'll be able to unlock the shop where you can buy upgrades to certain guns. You can buy loadouts for certain characters. And by the way, this game has every character that has been in a Metal Slug game featured. I mean this seriously. I gotta give them credits for that. That is amazing. That's amazing stuff. You could play with Marco, Theo, Tarma, Trevor, Clark, Rolf, Leona, they were featured, I believe, in Metal Slug 6 and X, which is amazing. Which they're from Ikari Warriors. You can play with Nadia, who was featured in Metal Slug 4. Which, shouts to Metal Slug 4. And my boy Trevor is in this game. I literally grinded so I can unlock Trevor. My boy, he's in this game. That's all I wanted. I haven't seen Trevor in forever. And what's great about this game is that, like, every character has 4 loadouts you have to unlock, obviously, by, beating runs, surviving, etc. And each loadout changes the playstyle. Characters' playstyle change based on strategies you want. Like, Aerie, it starts off as a grenade launcher, but she has an ability, a loadout where she can go up close and personal, which is a shotgun and baton. So she can just roll up on you like, blah, 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 let's go. Like, it's like you want to go, running and gunning, you can do that. It is great. The amount of strategy in this game the depth is to the limit, especially how aggressive you can play and how the adrenaline system works based on your movement, damage you do, and sinking. This is just really, really good. The strategy limit, it's pretty there, but I would focus your first time playing this game is focus on aggression, because the enemy AI is brutal in this game. Even at, I would say at lower levels, I've gone to, I think, the 2nd tier, and oh boy, you better know how to do some scam stuff. Like, and when I mean scamming, I mean like cheating the ability to do syncs. A strategy you can do is that Marco has an ability where he can give people, every sync attack he's a part of or commits to, his adrenaline ability skills costs go down. So there's an ability that when he casts an adrenaline skill, he can make other people do sync attacks, allow him to sync attack. There's also an ability that can give him 1 bonus turn to do so. So basically, he's getting 3 turns to wipe out 2 or 3 people if you position them correctly. And again, positioning is important. There's cover in this game. Your green meters are natural dodge. Essentially, like I said, this game reminds me of a playstyle of what I like about Disgaea, planning out my combos and wiping out my enemies. Cover in this game is really good. The game does a really good job of allowing you to learn the enemy's abilities by using the right stick, and that was really good. I had a chance to play this on my Steam Deck, and it performed relatively well. And that's pretty much it. I would say the only complaint I have for the gameplay is that it will be a lot of grinding, like a roguelike getting better, but your abilities get better as time goes on. You have to learn the bosses and how to beat them. There'll be situations where you'll just be doing runs of just avoiding certain bosses and levels before you fight more than do whatever. Also, this game, for anyone who's new to the Metal Slug franchise or in Metal Slug at all, I love the fact they have cutscenes unlockable when you commit certain actions, such as 3 actions per turn with 2 people on your team. When you beat the game with 2 characters, you get to learn more in-depth lore about the character. The lore in Metal Slug has always been kind of playful, outside of Mordum being the bad guy and you're the good guys in the army. But you get to learn more about the rest of the characters, like Theo being rich. And I didn't know that Aerie was part of the was an orphan, and she was part of a church. I didn't know that. And that, yeah, I didn't know that, and I didn't know that happened. That just happened 10 seconds ago. That my phone's notifying me that you got to play more Metal Slug. I know I got to play Metal Slug. I know. Relax. I'm there. Almost there. Relax, phone. I'll be playing Metal Slug later. But the thing is that the game, it has so much reward in like its lore and concept, how you can play extensively and everything. The game also, I feel like can punish you in certain ways, where if you move slowly, the game will just run and rush you down too. So you have to like try to plan out your attacks. Strategy I usually go for is aggression. Like, try to watch the enemy movement by looking how far they can go, and then wipe out everyone within your bracket field before you can. Obviously, there's multiple types of missions in this game where you can choose based on the board you're on, or so basically it can be missions from like Protect Rumi, and you can do that. There's missions where you have to take out a convoy. There's missions wipe out certain targets. Missions wipe out everyone. Save somebody, etc. So you get to like plan out your squad when you do that, based on how you do it. And their loadouts. Again, the loadout has so much potential to the game. And its difficulty of the game, it can be daunting, but I think it's fair and good because they give you enough tools as you get on with the game. There's also every mission allowing you to give you my personal favorite thing of like, if you complete the mission, you get the main item. If you do the sub-mission, such as like, let's say you wipe out all the enemies in one turn, or you get a certain amount of frags with a particular character, you'll get a second bonus item that can increase your chance of survival and going better. So that's really, really good. I think that's a really, really cool idea, and I give a lot of credit to that as a thing. Overall, the gameplay for how its combat flows, how its turn system works is pretty good. I would say my most complaints of the game would be the difficulty, and I would say some characters have a second movement ability after they do something, such as Eri has bouncy, and Trevor, I believe, has ability if he kills someone with melee, he can move again, I believe. I would wish that the second movement has a little more highlight so you can see where you're walking particularly. That can be a bit troublesome because you don't really kind of see based on the lighting. Maybe there's an option they can do to improve that. These are visual cues, so that could be an improvement I would want to happen. The game also does a tutorial job of any new mechanic that happens, you see it on screen, you can look at, read it, etc. If you skip it, that's only on pro, but hey, you can always look at the mechanic using the, looking at the enemy, the character, just reading from there, which every RPG, please read. Know your numbers and read. So that works out too. I think that's pretty much my issue with it. It was like some of the visual cues is a little, because I couldn't see stuff. I also like that every character in this game, again, has a main, a main weapon and a secondary weapon. The secondary weapon can be used for combos and more damage based on what they do. So that's pretty cool. And I generally think this game is not only a good love letter to Metal Slug and all its lore, that I deeply like the game and the music and all that. The gameplay is on point. It feels exactly what I expect the Metal Slug and a tactics game put together. I think it's a little bit more on the aggressive side, in my opinion, because if you play games like Disgaea, you understand what I mean by how to be aggressive in this game, how you want to take cover, and how you want to like plan out your attacks and like wreck people. So that's pretty cool. Overall, I have to give this gameplay a hard 5. A hard 5. It is the best of the best it's ever been. Compared to other roguelikes that are RPGs in the genre, a lot of them are more brutal in some tactics. I would say like Darkest Dungeon or Star Renegades. Well, Star Renegades is one of my favorites, top 5 of all time, goated, and I enjoy that as well. But I feel like Metal Slug Tactics has a good way of curving it into it. I think I really enjoy it. And again, unlocking other characters can be really cool, unlocking other loadouts. Because one of my favorite loadouts in the game, outside of Ares of Combat, is I unlocked the repeater for Fio. Fio's repeater gun build is that for every upgrade you get when she levels up, when you find to upgrade her gun, the guns get better. So as long as you're slotting her ability to gain more guns to wipe dudes out, you're pretty much getting, your gun is getting better and better and better for sync and everything you're doing. Especially if you add upgrades to it, she becomes like a demolition, like with a pistol, which is insane. Insane. That's one of my builds I deeply enjoy. And that's about it. But overall, the amount of diversity the characters can play, you can change their playstyle on the fly, and you can like adjust to how you want to play, from idling to more aggressive. You can play a defensive bomber style. Just anything you can do with this game, I feel like it kind of rewards it as long as you complete the objective. Obviously, the objective based on permission, which is really cool. The only thing is the AI could be a bit tough, but that's kind of expected in the roguelike. But if you know your RPGs, you'll do well. But overall, let's talk about how I actually feel. The final score of the game. What does this game really mean to everybody? What does it mean? Art presentation is fantastic. Art music is a bop. I love this. I'm probably gonna put the OST in my playlist when I'm doing my runs in the morning or in the afternoon, or just vibing. I love it. It's really good. I'm a huge Metal Slug fan. The fact that it gives so much content from Metal Slug, such as like interactions between characters. And by the way, here's a cool thing: when you choose a character in Metal Slug as your first person, that person will talk to Margaret, and the conversation change every time. Attention to detail. I love it. Everyone has different relations with Margaret. It's great. I love it. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. That's such attention to detail. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. So that's fun, especially with other characters. So you get to unlock more Metal Slug lore, which, you know, Metal Slug, good lore. It's one of my favorite, you know, arcade shooters of all time. I know that Metal Slug, I believe X, like on Steam, there's Classic, X, and 2. I believe that's on Steam right now. I actually have to double check because I'm going crazy. I don't believe that Metal Slug 3 is on Steam. I have to double check. No, Metal Slug 3 is on Steam, so I'm incorrect. So it's just 1, 2, 3, double X, and X. I'm hoping for 4, 5, and 6. And those are really fun. I deeply enjoy Metal Slug. I think it's goated. 3 and X are the best, in my opinion. Like the best quote-unquote Metal Slug games. I personally, I enjoy 4 because Trevor was so cool. I never saw him again. I don't know why, but hope he's back again. But he's in this game, and that's about it. So overall, what do I give this game of all praise? Obviously, you guys know it's a 5. It's a 5. I would have given this game a 4 because you have to take time to unlock Trevor. But you know what? I'm willing to work for my boy Trevor. So you know, if you do the work, you get it done. That's how we do. That's about it. Yeah, I love that stuff. So overall, how do I feel about this game? Like, is it okay? Wait for patch, wait for sale? No, I'm telling you right now, get it now. Get it now when you can. The game comes out on November 5th, 2024. Get it now. I highly recommend it. It is a fantastic game. It's a fun RPG roguelike you can pick up and go and play. It's a fun mastery. There's so much content in the game uploading. From playing at lower level difficulty, high difficulties, the charm is amazing. From its designs, from its music, to its presentation, to how it presents itself. I love the adrenaline system once you learn to manipulate it. You can, like, as you're probably seeing on the screen now, you're probably seeing me like playing around with like cool techniques such as like messing around with like combos and whatnot. I know that for real, one of my techniques, like as I mentioned with Marco, like ramping up his adrenaline so people get extra turns to attack. One of the things I learned recently is that Theo can use her emergency movement to move herself and move someone out of danger, but you can also move someone in position to do a combo. So basically, if you move someone in position for a future combo, it's great, which really helps out for like people who don't attack certain ways. Like because Clark is a character I've been playing around lately. Clark has, you know, grapple throws. He like Eskimo ball, you know, Northern Light suplex. I realize it's hard to get him in position. If I just move him in and drop him as a first turn move, and then squash him with like Leona with her after image slash and thing, it just like goes together, especially just a shot. And it only cost me one movement to set up a 2K, a double kill, things like that. This game is so good. I can't get this out of anyone's head. So seriously, check this game out. I want to give a shout out once again to DOTEMU for providing us a copy of this game to review. I really did enjoy it. This was one of the games I played when it came out during Steam Fest. I think not this Steam Fest, the previous Steam Fest, and there's nothing more I can say about it. Overall, you can see me flabbergasted. I love it, but honestly, I'm a huge SDK fan. I love Metal Slug. I have no idea if they have any plans to continue this, but definitely there's a sequel to this Metal Slug Tactics, or more expansion in the Metal Slug universe. I can't wait to try it out. And please port Metal Slug 4, 5, and 6 to Steam, please. Please, that's all I ask, okay? That's all I ask. If you can get that done, that would make my life super happy. But overall, seriously, this is a great game for anyone who is an RPG fan and a Metal Slug fan. And this game had so much charm and personality in it, and I really cannot recommend this enough. So, as I say, get it now. Go get it now when it's released November 5th, 2024. That's about it. Alright, guys. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for checking out my review of Metal Slug Tactics, an interesting tactics roguelike in the Metal Slug universe that just fits perfectly and works well. So check it out. You will love this game. I guarantee it. I seriously do. Without the way, thank you guys so much. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified as we go live. Check out the Outerhaven YouTube channel. We got podcasts, interviews, reviews, and more here at the Outerhaven YouTube channel. Without the way, this is Get Silly, wishing you all a good one, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Goodbye, everybody.